Grade 10, Chapter 1, Microsoft Access, Lesson 2. The duration of this lesson is for one period. The objectives of this lesson is to explore the data process, to introduce Microsoft Access, to create the first database, and to change the structure of a table. The software needed is Microsoft Access, and at the end of this lesson, students should be able to give the definition of a database, what is the process in order to create a database in term of analysis, to launch and to create a new database, and to create the structure of a table. Let us start this lesson by an advice, and this advice is to start your lesson by asking students if they know anything about IoT, the term that we launched in lesson 1. And since it is very important, I advise you to again start this lesson by discussing with your students what is IoT, the Internet of Things. Ask them to watch on YouTube few videos to understand more what is IoT and who is working on IoT and what IoT will affect and what will affect in our daily life in terms of industry, services, medicine, in cars, in traffic lights, in items we have at home like the fridge, the washing machine, the air condition, the lift. So if you as teacher you don't have this skills and you didn't really watch previous videos, I advise you to watch a few videos to understand what is IoT in order to start this discussion, since the IoT will be also introduction to another chapter in this book, which is the microcontroller Arduino. And for this part, which is the database, please note that the IoT, and in the videos you will hear it and you will see it, that will generate a huge amount of data from each single sensor in cars, in lift, in refrigerator. You will have data and data and data, and this amount of data will be bigger and bigger, and storage wise and structure wise and security wise. So for the storage wise, we know all that big companies are developing services for and solutions for iCloud storage. Two, for organization, we are using softwares like to manage data like Oracle, like big companies are investing in this. And Microsoft Access is a software that we can have it at schools. Of course, we cannot have Oracle or other database system because it's very expensive. So database access as concept, it's the same as Oracle or other database systems. And security wise, like for antivirus, for backup, also. So those three concept of storage, of manipulation, and security are very important to discuss with your student, to understand that all our activities on social medias, on IoT, are stored somewhere, and those information stored should be kept in safe place and manipulate in a wise solutions in order to retrieve at any moment the information that we need. This information, or sorry, this introduction will lead you to make your students understand the data process, which is first of all, which is divided into 5 steps. So the first step is to define what kind of data you need for your application. So let's imagine that we will ask students to create a database to manage grades at school, or subscription in a gym, sport club. You can give any other example, of course. So by asking the question, what we are waiting from this application, by answering this question, we will know what we will wait from this solution or this application, and based on that we can create our database and our table. The second step is to create the database, which is the structure that will hold many sections inside it, that are the tables, the queries, the reports, and the forms. To create the structure of a table where information will be stored, to fill the table with data, and once the data are saved in the table, it is time to generate results. So those 5 steps are very important for students to be memorized, and at any time you can ask them by a specific exercise to test and to evaluate if really they possess those skills. So it's very important for this. The above steps should be memorized in order to master well the manipulation of database or access. Database are making the world run, and from the previous screen we said that we have the examples of activities where database are manipulated, and we can give many examples at school, airport, bank, restaurant, hospital. So each single activity that the manipulation is done on computer, so you can consider that there is a database. From there you can see that it's very important to know how database are managed. Why should we learn the concept of a database at this age? So it's a question that we must have answer for this. So regardless of the major you will be choosing at your university studies, the concept of a database is a common course. Each single student must have it, since in all our activities, if you will do pharmacy, doctor, engineer, economist, accounting, each and single activity, database is included, and you should master it. That's why you have to understand the concept of the database. And then after we'll pass to the introducing the Microsoft Access. Here we are working on Access 2017, and if you have older or newer version, it's the same manipulation. So I'll show you that by launching the Microsoft Access, okay, all you have to do is to click on the blank database. It's very easy. So I believe that the most hard part of the Access or Microsoft Access part is to make the student understand not how to create a database or a table. It's how to create the concept of and how to analyze the need for a specific activity in order to create a database. And students must be creative. You as teacher, you should not give them solution of how to create a database or the content or the columns of a table. They have to master this need and to be autonomous and to create these tables. Once you create the database, by default you have a table called table 1, and you have a blank table, and here we must fill not the content of the table but the structure of the table. I mean the name of the columns. That's why if we go back to the to our lesson is the next step will be is to create a database. So as you see here, I click on the blank database, and then after I have the database created and the table as we saw in the access file, same, and at the end we click to the on the design view. I will make it, so I go to the view, design view. I will name the table, let's say students, and then after, as you see here, I will start filling it by name, for example address, telephone number, and so on. So by this manipulation you are creating the structure of a table and not the content. And here you have to make an effort as teacher to make the students understand the difference between structure and content. The structure is to define the name of each column. The content is to define the values you are manipulating. So this is the second lesson. I believe that if you go through the steps I show you, you will be very it will be a simple task for you to make the students understand the concept of database.